Okay, I think I finally recovered from this now. So then, hello everybody, and welcome back for more Let's Play Banjo-Tooie. In the last episode, ugh, God, well, we did some challenges, of course. We also, do I even have to fucking say it? No, I don't want to fucking say this anymore. We're done. We're all done with this. I don't want to think about this anymore. We've been through this. We've already discussed everything about it, and you know, all that we had to go through is, yeah, I'm done. This episode, we're going to go ahead and finish off Cloud Cuckoo Land. First, we're going to go ahead and get into Wampa's Wigwam, and this is going to be our very last transformation in this entire game. And so, also, yeah, don't forget to get that Jinjo that was on top of the on top of those poles up there and on the raptor. So, let's see what's the last transformation we have in store going for us. And wait a sec, that looks awful. A bee? Oh my God, we're a bee! So we'll call this B. Press A to jump and A again when in air to fly. Use control stick to steer and press A to fly higher. Also press Z for stinger attack. So, ladies and gentlemen, does this transformation look familiar to you? Yes, this is, fun fact, is actually a returning transformation from Banjo-Kazooie. Yes, B Banjo, that was actually from, that was a transformation in Click Clock Wood in Banjo-Kazooie. And so this is actually the only returning transformation from that game as well. So yeah, we're back to playing as B-Banjo, of all things. So yeah, so basically, you know, with B-Banjo, it's just like, you know, exactly the same as how, as our controls back over in Banjo-Kazooie. You know, just, you know, pressing A and then A gonna fly and then you just steer around. However, B-Banjo actually has an upgrade in this game here. B-Banjo actually can now attack. Because, you know, unlike beforehand. And also, if you press and hold the B button, they can actually just speed up there. That's actually, I don't think I don't think she ever mentioned that at all. But yeah, I can actually hold B to speed up your flying. Yeah, B-Banjo now has an attack in this game, and so if you press Z, then Banjo will be able to shoot out some stingers. You can also be able to use the airborne airborne aiming for this right here. So you just go into first person view and then they'll just have the reticles over here, and then you actually be able to shoot those stingers. And so this mission that we're doing right now, though, so those eyeballs jigium plants, yeah, that's what we're called, eyeballs jigiums. So this is actually our only way to actually get rid of them, and so we had to be B-Banjo to actually shoot them, and then they have their jiggy inside of them, and so each time you shoot one with the jiggy, then they'll actually move on to the next one they have to shoot after. You actually can shoot any one of those if you want to, but I decided just to go for the exact order and just, you know, shoot the ones that have the jiggy containing inside them. So that's what we have to do. I think there's like, I can't exactly remember how many of these, how many jiggies, or no, how many of the eyeballs plants that are around that you have to shoot, so I think there's like 5, I'm assuming, but I can't exactly remember, but yeah, that's basically all you have to do. So they're kind of scattered around somewhere, though. Some of them I actually have a bit of trouble with trying to find them, but okay, yeah, there's one right there. I think this is the last one before, or maybe there was 4. I can't exactly remember. And there we go. My rare eyeballus jigium plants! You've killed them all! Oh, wow, I actually managed to use K-word again. Well, they've used it a few times, though, but, you know. Alright, so after shooting all of them, then we just go ahead and get our jiggy, and then there's going to be another mission that that does involve B-Banjo that we have to go to, and so only he can access. So we go to the very top of the mountain right here. Well, we actually did see that beforehand, where there's that statue right here with the target. And so if we shoot that target right here, and you can only do this with B-Banjo. If you actually do this with regular Banjo and Kazooie, the Zubba will say that they are not really one of their kind, so you have to be B-Banjo, so there we go. Alright, so now shoot this lots of times. Alright, so you have to shoot this at least 20 times to until actually it starts getting like you know, completely golden. And you know, it's not too hard, they just have to make sure it's you have to aim it just right before the time runs out. And there we go, so now we can go ahead and enter the hive right now, and so we'll see what awaits us there. And we'll probably see some Zubbas again. Well, we've seen the Zubbas as regular Muxo, but they'll actually still try to attack you even in a B-Banjo. Like, sheesh, like, you know, at least when you're kind there, like, traitors. Anyway, so let's go inside. Well, actually, I don't know if they actually do they? I don't know. Greetings, as you can see, we Zubbas have a new nest to celebrate. We've arranged a little shooting game. If you score 40 points or more, we'll give you a prize. Manage to beat 50 points, then there's an extra special prize for you. Do you need any instructions? Yes, I will need instructions. It's really easy. Just shoot my friends as they, wait, what? Hold the fucking phone. You want me to actually kill your friends for prizes? Holy shit, man. That's like, that's fucking hardcore. Alright, so, yeah, there's a lot of, then, you know, what you want to do is that, you know, very much the same thing for the color coding for the points. Yeah, you have to shoot all the other color-coded Zubbas around here. I forgot what what it is, but, you know, he said that there's going to be 2 prizes for you. First prize is obviously the Jiggy, of course, and the second prize, as you probably would have already guessed, is the Cheeto page. So, yeah, do as you did before, just make sure you get enough points, and so, that's what I'm trying to do, though, is just, you know, make sure I get all the points I ever need to get both prizes at once, just to make sure to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So, yeah, that's what you gotta do. So, it's not really so much like a battle, per se, though. It's more like, you know, it's a mini-game is what it is. So, that's all you have to do. Just, you know, shoot all the bees down, and then, or the Zubbas. They're color-coded, and just make sure you get the, get all the points for it, too. And, you know, that's all she wrote. So, so if you actually recall, back in Banjo-Kazooie, when we last encountered the Zubbas, back in Click Clock Wood, we go in their old nest in the fall season. Well, they say that they've moved out of their nest and are right now relocating. So this is actually where they relocated to in the new nest in Cloud Cuckoo Land. It actually makes sense, though, because we go to the wintertime in Click Clock Wood, then it's already been destroyed because it couldn't really take cold, but then there it is. Alright, so let's see, scored enough to win second prize. So yeah, we got the Cheeto page there, so yeah, obviously another we did. And then, we'll wait for the first prize. Amazing! You also got enough to win the first prize, too. And of course, obviously not the Jiggy. So let's go ahead and pick both of those over here. And I do believe that will be just Cheeto page number 4. And so just the last one, we'll get our final cheat. So let's go ahead and take that right here. So, yep, so there's the 4 of those 5. And so let's go ahead and see. Oh, yeah, it's way over there. So let's go over and get that Jiggy right over this way. And there we go. Do you want to play again? No, I do not want to play again. Thank you very much. I've already done all that challenges there. And I think that about does it for B Banjo. So yeah, that's all we have to do though. So yeah, I was actually, you know, when I was first playing this game, I was actually pretty surprised that, you know, just seeing B Banjo again. Like, you know, just you know, like I said, it's the only returning transformation from Banjo-Kazooie. And actually, as a matter of fact, I think it's the I'm trying to think. I think it's like one of the 2 organic transformations as well, where, you know, we have the bee and then T-Rex changes. So, like, you know, those are basically the only organic transformations, because all the other transformations in this game are basically just inanimate objects. So yeah, it's kind of weird in a way though, but, you know, I guess it's, you know, just what they're going for. So anyway, so that's all we can do for B Banjo, and so we're gonna go back to regular Banjo-Kazooie, and there's just one more thing we gotta do in Cloud Cuckoo Land, and so, out of all those things here, you know, we actually still have not encountered the boss at this level, because, you know, usually I always say the boss for last, so obviously we have the boss that's up left here, and so we haven't done so just yet. Honest to God, though, I would say the true boss of Cloud Cuckoo Land is that bird woman that I can't even talk about. I cannot talk about that. No, that's the true boss of Cloud Cuckoo. No, I don't want to think about that. No. But no, we have to go to the actual boss, though. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go over this way, and so, for one thing, though, well, I guess I kind of spoiled a bit right here. So, we already went to the blue skull of Mumbo Skulls, and so we actually found, you know, we got to play as Mumbo Jumbo one last time. But there's also the red skull that we haven't even been into, and so what exactly is the mystery of that other skull? Like, why are there 2 skulls? Well, we went to the blue skull, there was that Minjo, and so we got to see Mumbo to play as him. But we go in this skull here, then we have an actual Jinjo, and so that's the red Jinjo. And I do believe that's actually all the Jinjos we have. We have every single one of them. So what is the deal with the other skull? Well, let's find out. Well, oh, there's Mumbo. He's sleeping, and he hasn't done so in a while. Something's weird here.
Hello, Banjo. Mumbo has a big surprise for you.
Ooh, I like surprises. Ooh, what kind of surprise does he have in store? Well, wait a second. You never even told us this. What's going on? Something's not right. Ow! What the? Minji Jongo grabbed the Shaman impersonator.
Ha! Foolish bear, you fell straight into my trap. I'm not that pathetic shaman you think I am. I'm Minji Jongo, and your worthless quest ends here. As you see, there's no escape, and resistance is futile.
Oh my god, what is this? Terminator reference? Oh shit, damn. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Minji Jongo, and, well, you know, Just hit him right here.
Bzzah! My elaborate disguise is ruined, revealing my evil cyberneticness.
Alright, so, yeah, what a twist. So, that was actually not Mumbo Jumbo. That was just, you know, his robotic doppelganger or something right here. So, anyway, let's go talk about the boss right here. So, what he's going to do is that he's going to try to shoot these energy balls right at you, you know, just in a kind of a straight shot. And so, after he does so, then he'll try to do a recovery animation here to, you know, kind of pet his wand here. And so that'll be your chance to attack him. So you actually either do like any kind of attacks, like the forward roll or the rat-tat-rap, and then he just takes at least 1 damage. And you can actually see that a part of his disguise actually comes off and reveals his true self, which is kind of graphic in a way though, and kind of creepy when you see all the green blood spilling out. So yeah, it's just weird though. But yeah, what he's gonna do though, yeah, he'll actually just well, for this one he actually gets more aggressive in this one, where he'll start, you know, doing the teleport spam. And then his shots are going to be a lot more accurate, where they'll try to home in on you. But, you know, just repeat the whole process and just, you know, just run into him and you know, just be careful not to get hit by him either. And so he'll just, you know, teleport spam from place to place as well, like, you know, in each of different rooms. So that's all you have to do. Just, you know, just rolling him, and then that's about it. It only takes, you know, 1 hit for those. And then there we go. That's his whole body exposed in his robotic self. But just be careful here, because it can be a bit challenging. I mean, not too hard, though, but just, you know, fairly challenging. So you just want to be careful at the same time as well. And then just 1 more hit, and then there we go.
Bzzah! I calculate my chances of stopping you are now minimal.
Yep, you better believe it there. Oh, jeez, that's okay. That's rather creepy and kind of graphic. Just a blood spilling out there. That's this game is already, you know. And okay, yeah, explosion effect. That's, you know, what to be expected. And, well, there's our Jiggy right here, so that'll be our last Jiggy. And so, yeah, we're pretty much done with Cloud Cuckoo Land now. So, one thing to keep in mind, though, is that, you know, in this playthrough, Minji Django isn't having the Red Skull, though. But he may not be in there. Like, depending on your file, though, he may not be in, though. So it always randomizes to where, you know, Minji Django could be in the Blue Skull instead, depending on your file, and then Mumbo will just be in the Red Skull. So that actually just, you know, depends on your file. It's always randomized because of it. So yeah, that's all the Jiggies and all the collectibles in Cloud Cuckoo Land. And also, let's look at the Jinjos right here. We have every single one of the Jinjos now. We've got the whole family completed, all of it in Jinjo Village, except for the gray Jinjos, though, because, well, they're dead. I think that would have been 10 members, though, because, like, holy shit. So, but yeah, going back a bit there. So yeah, just make sure you keep in mind that they're always going to be randomized. So, you know, so it's either that Minji might be in the Blue Skull, and then Mumbo will be in the Red Skull, and then vice versa. So it might be different depending on your file. And also, if the real Mumbo's in a skull, then you'll just have the Minjo in there. But then if Minji Django's in his lair, then you'll just have the real Jinjo. So that's one thing to keep in mind as well. And also, you see there in the cutscene when Minji actually does hit you, then you actually do take damage. So it's actually possible for you to die if you don't have the honey bag cheat. But that's actually another reason why I have the honey bag cheat. And so, and yeah, also clear reference to a Terminator as well, which is why I actually gave him the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice, as you probably see, with a robot voice as well. So, but yeah, that was actually the boss of Cloud Cuckoo Land, and you know that means there's no boss remix of Cloud Cuckoo Land either, just, you know, boss remix of Mumbo's theme. So yeah, it's, you know, it's weird, but you know that's kind of what the level is. So, anyways, we're done with that level, and so next time on Let's Play Banjo-Tooie, we're gonna do one last backtracking video for a little post-level cleanup, our last one, folks, and then that will when we get to the final level. So I will see you guys next time.